Solstice Ave, what's going on? We back with another banger. Look, I appreciate y'all. Please like, comment, subscribe, turn your notification bell on. Like I said, I want y'all to know when I drop. That way we can keep tabs on each other. Please put something in the comments. Drop the word Solstice Avenue if y'all rocking with the channel, and I appreciate y'all once again. So, and excuse me, y'all, if my eyes look a little bit tired, it's because I am. But look, the grind don't stop, the work don't stop. I'm right off the work shift, but I came here to deliver because y'all my peoples. So I got to give y'all what y'all asking for. So I appreciate y'all. So today is the start of a new topic on my channel. Sorry for the awkward pause. And we're going to do hot topics. So, the first hot topic we're going to talk about is who is the greatest boy group of all time. Of all time, y'all. Um, so, I'm going to give out a few options and kind of tell y'all my background and my experience from what I've listened to since I was younger. So I'm not going to say that my answer is going to be right, but I would love for you guys to drop in the comments the greatest boy group of all time in your opinion and explain, a little bit briefly why, because there might be a part two. There might be a part two to this, y'all. So please drop something in the comments so I can know kind of what y'all thoughts are. So me, basically, I grew up in that era of music when you did have a lot of boy groups out. My mother, she was a big boy group woman, obviously. She grew up in the era where boy groups were really a thing, even more than me. So she put me on to a lot of the older groups. So when I say older, I'm saying like maybe the late 80s uh, and all throughout the 90s. So you got a lot of different groups during that time. And I'm not just going to hit on like R&B or hip hop groups. I'm going to hit on also like either like a few pop groups that were really known or rock groups that were really known at the time. So you can go from, R&B to hip hop to just different genres of boy groups. So the difference is, in today's time, when you speed it up to 2025, as y'all know, is we really don't see that many groups, boy groups. And it's like groups in general in music, it's like they don't even, that's like not a thing anymore. Like, is that just me? But it's not a thing anymore. But back then, like, that was a huge thing, right? Probably because you didn't have like social media. So it was hard for people to, get those big egos and this person outshine the other. I mean, that still happened naturally. That's what's going to happen in groups. But it just seemed like it was like much tougher compared to now. We're in this super competitive age, like really competitive. Everybody is looking for like status, and your followers translate to your status in this world, I guess, for some people. So that might be why also. But we also know a lot of groups got ripped off back then too. So maybe it's just people picking up on the music game, like obviously the industry, and not wanting to pretty much go that route anymore. But I think sticking together has always been like that challenge in groups, right? And that's with any groups. So yeah. So for the first group, I'm going to say, and I'm not going to really give this a ranking. I'm just going to throw out a few group names, and I know I'm going to be forgetting so many. It's so hard to remember all of these groups, but I think I'm gonna like categorize it. I'm going to say the most talented boy group, and then I'm going to say probably the most successful. So those are going to be the two categories, y'all. So make sure when y'all drop it in the comments, at least give me the most talented to you and the most successful boy group. So I'm going to start with talent, and I would probably have to say, there's so many options because you could throw the Jackson Five in there. For them to be as young as they were, especially the lead singer, obviously Michael Jackson, him to be able to give you his voice while they were all playing, some were playing instruments, but dancing was just on another level. You don't see that. And they are literally blood brothers. So I'm going to definitely put the Jackson 5 in there for one of the most talent because of the consistency and just what they delivered. Obviously, we know once they kind of Michael went on his solo career, there wasn't a Jackson Five anymore. Come on, it was Michael Jackson. Like he's still on his own planet, So yeah, I'm going to put the Jackson 5 in there. I'm also probably going to throw in there, from just a vocal standpoint, Shy. Who knows the group Shy? Do anybody know the group Shy? Look, that's a '90s R&B group. That's one of the groups that my mother put me on to. One of the best groups. True story. I actually have a sister named Shy, and I believe she was named from that group, just like my real name is Devonte. And I know that it was a little influenced from KC and JoJo. You know, just Jodeci is what I meant to say, from Jodeci, which is another great group. But I'm going to say Shy as far as vocals. I mean, they would literally perform a cappella. I'm saying literally just snap of the fingers and all of their voices just blended together from harmony. So for me, I'm going to say Shy is definitely probably one of the most talented. So far, who we got, y'all? We got Jackson 5. We got the group Shy. And I'm going to throw probably one more in there. And I'm going to say, um, I would even say H Town. H Town. Somebody rocking. Oh, okay, okay. We can't go there, y'all. But listen, if you come from where I come from and was raised how I was raised, then you know all of these groups that I'm naming. So shout out to my Dukes, man. She really put me on the game. H Town is still one of my favorite groups to this day. As we all know, they had that groovy down south kind of funky but gritty style, and they was giving you that, like, what we would call grown folks music. But yeah, H Town. As we know, their lead singer, I believe his name was Dino, passed away in a tragic car accident. And Dino had a voice, man. All those tracks, that lead singer Dino, I believe he died really young too. I don't know the exact information, so don't quote me word for word on that. But you can do your research. But yeah, Dino was amazing. Amazing vocalist, one of the best singers to me, in my opinion, and just a life gone too soon. So those are my three, y'all: the Jackson 5, Shy, and H Town. Those are my three of the, like, most talented groups to me, in my opinion. And we can throw, even there's so many. Like I said, I don't want y'all to think that I'm saying like this is the ultimate answer, because there's so many different routes you can go with this. I mean, we can even really, if we really want to go there, we can even throw Aerosmith in here. We can even throw Queen in here. We can even throw I can't remember the one right now, but some people will say the Backstreet Boys, right? So yeah, I mean, you could throw those in there if you want to. Like I said, y'all, please like, comment, subscribe, but definitely put in the comments who y'all think is, like, who's y'all most successful groups of all time, boy groups of all time, and kind of rank them. So like I said, at least talent and success, because success is a whole nother level. So I would say the most successful boy groups of all time are definitely going to be, and I didn't even look this up, but I probably should have did my research. But I would say um, Boys to Man. Them Boys to Man was a bad group, but they have a lot of like, especially like when it comes to R&B and soul, they have a lot of um, top songs on the charts that did great. A lot of platinum records. I would also say, and their voices are amazing, so I'm gonna give them credit on the talent part too. And they definitely are a group who really stuck together. No, I don't think they really ever took off and done any solo careers. I could be wrong, but yeah, Boys to Man. I'm going to say another most successful group is definitely going to be, because I think bands in this can be kind of like included, because at the end of the day, that's still like a group. But I'm going to say Aerosmith. As everybody know who Aerosmith is, I don't care if you green, yellow, or purple. Aerosmith is definitely one of the biggest bands to ever do it. Steven Tyler, one of my mother's favorite bands. I like a few Aerosmith songs myself too, but definitely one of the most successful bands slash groups to ever do it, boy groups specifically. Another one I'm going to say is going to be New Edition. New Edition, because New Edition, you had Bobby Brown, you had Johnny Gill. You had a few different members who all really took off and had really great solo careers, or at least got like one major hit solo. And you don't see that with like a lot of boy groups. It's usually like, okay, one take off, and then the rest they just flop. So it just didn't work out, right? Like you got the Jonas Brothers, for instance, right? And I'm not putting them in there with success or talent, because I don't think they're on that type of mountain, but shout out to the Jonas Brothers. I'm not knocking them either, because like I said, it's different when family stick together, right? That's a whole different beast within itself. But yeah, so I'll say definitely Boys to Man as far as the most successful boy groups, Aerosmith. And I am sure there are so much more that I'm forgetting, y'all. I mean, it was so many boy groups back then. I would probably have to say Backstreet Boys is of course up there. I mean, and there's another group that I can't think of right now. Um, I y'all, hey, give me a second. I'm about to do some quick research, y'all. I believe it is going to be. Let's see. Uh, so I said the Backstreet Boys. It's another group that I'm forgetting though. And I don't know why I can't think of the names. Like I said, it's probably gonna be a part two to this, y'all. Definitely will be, because I want to see what y'all put in the comments and see y'all thoughts. Like I said, this is the first hot topic that I'm giving to y'all, and I'm giving it to y'all slow, right? It's like the introduction to this series on my channel that's going to be called Hot Topics. But so I didn't want nothing that was like too crazy yet, but it's coming, y'all. It's coming. Be ready for it. So yeah, that's the first hot topic. So there we go, y'all. Listen, hey, put in the comments, please, who is the best boy groups of all time in y'all opinions? I want to know. Like I said, we're gonna do a part two. That way, I can speak on people that I'm sure I'm forgetting, because were so many boy groups that it's so hard to really just remember them all. So I definitely know I'm forgetting some, y'all. Like I said, thank y'all. Hey, Solus Ave. We only gonna get better, y'all. We only gonna connect more. So please like, subscribe, comment, turn your notification bell on. Like I said in the last video, at this point, if you ain't got your notification video on and you saw my last 3 videos I dropped, come on, don't do me like that. Just turn it on for a second, right? And hit the subscribe button, y'all. It means a lot to me. I really want to take this page to another level. God gave me a vision and a plan, and I'm just executing it no matter what. So we're going to continue to do this. We're not going to stop. Anybody who's out there watching, listen, use your platform to do something you always wanted to do, right? So I'm just going off of my gut feeling and off of God, right? So I can't wait to look back on this video, look back on this channel, even in just a year from now, and see the growth, y'all. So please, once again, hey, like, subscribe, comment, and turn your notification bells on. Listen, so let's thank y'all for pulling up. We out.